eventually I could work less and less, right? That's what I've done in the website space. I hope I can share a little bit with you that'll convince you that this is the best business in the world to be in, because I really believe it is. Hey, I'm Forrest Weber. I own a business that's broken into two main parts. It's my portfolio of blogs or content sites, and then the machinery or the agency that runs everything. So I own about 25 content sites that earn me around $75,000 per month. And you can find me at forrestweber.com, two R's in Forrest, two B's in Weber. And Digitail is the name of our agency. It's digitail.co. And I'd love to talk to you more if you want to hear what we do. But in short, you have a basket of websites that is passive for me. And then you have the machinery. And this is what took me 5 years to build. And I did it because when I started my career in real estate, it was the same process. I built a property management and leasing company to handle our student housing developments and assets so that eventually I could work less and less, right? That's what I've done in the website space. I hope I can share a little bit with you that'll convince you that this is the best business in the world to be in, because I really believe it is. Something interesting about me that not many people know is I'm actually sitting in what looks like a phone booth right now. Actually, that's not that interesting, but it's true. I'm sitting in a co-working space, and they have these phone booths. So I really want to get one for my home. But something more personal is that I am obsessed with dream work, nocturnal dreams at night, and depth psychology. And so Carl Jung and Joseph Campbell are my jam. One of my first passion hobby blogs that's now a monetized blog is dreamsandmythology.com. And I have to tell you this, the writer that I've recruited for the site that's a subject matter expert lives in Sparta, Greece, and is a native Greek. So his depth of insight to mythology is profound. I learned so much from him, and I'm really passionate about that topic. It helps me understand myself and the world a lot better, which has been a hard journey for me. And I also like basketball, mountain hiking, nature, anything like that. Basecamp is my go to for all things task, project, and team member organization related. That's for my portfolio side. So if we're developing a new digital product, working on an email sequence for a certain audience on a blog, or segmenting that audience, we do it in ConvertKit, but we operate our plans in Basecamp. Same thing for a redesign for a website in my portfolio. We can work with everyone in one place. Everything works great. I'm the type of person who forgets to bring the notebook with the list or the agenda for the meeting or questions that's on paper with me to the meeting. So having a digital place for that is crucial for me. The second most important piece of software, the platform I use, is TikTok. No, I'm just kidding. Skip that. SPP, Service Provider Pro. For our agency side and working with clients, this is kind of the equivalent of Basecamp for us. It just also includes order forms and a checkout process where we can accept PayPal and credit cards for Digitail.co, the agency. So if we work with a client, whenever they order one of our services, each team member already has their assignments the moment that they pay an order. And that just streamlines everything, helps me automate the services I offer. And it almost converts, for me, the services offered into products that I'm selling. And it creates a machine. So I appreciate that about it. I also use Ahrefs, ahrefs.com, and it's my preferred platform above SEMrush or any other alternatives. And we use it for keyword research, link profile research on potential acquisitions, um, as well as overviewing the SERPs for any blog or content site that we're looking at or that we own. And then lastly, really quick, I use personalcapital.com. Since I've sort of, over the years graduated from the technician in my business to a manager and then to the owner, the entrepreneur that owns and markets the business and helps grow it, but doesn't participate much in the operations except for at a high level. Personalcapital.com is where I put my CFO hat on and look at our cash balances, our credit, and then the asset growth over time and see how the business is performing big picture. My favorite places to recruit and find talent, and what types of talent am I looking for? So, my primary business is written content and specifically blog posts. We publish over 500,000 words per month for my portfolio of websites and more than that for clients. So, you typically think I would say something like Upwork or Fiverr, but I've had a shift in my business model in the last 2 years that's been very profitable and very productive, generated a lot of results, which is consolidating most of our writing staff to one office. And this has been important. I won't drag on about it, but just to share, it's been important because most of what we need is a company that has a vision to build for a long time. We're not the website flip. We don't build things and then sell them real quickly. We build portfolios and we establish longevity. We build authority and brands into our portfolio and our clients' websites. And so for us, longevity is critical. So I really like our new model. I'll jump back to the question now. Earlier on, whenever I got started in blogging, September 2017, of course, I was looking on Upwork and Fiverr and performing interviews and quizzes and tests and making sure the writers could handle the assignments. And that did go fine. I think there's a lot of advice out there already about it. So mine's not too special. The biggest thing I would say is be sure to interview well and interview looking for three things, three C's. These are actually in a book I've written called Einstein Blogging. And I did borrow this concept from another author, but it's competency, chemistry, and character. And I'll be transparent. At first, to me, I weighted them differently. Now, I would suggest to others to weight competency first, character second, and chemistry third, but not to forget any of them because you want to work well with this person and have good chemistry yourself. You want your team to have good chemistry with them, but you really need them to not steal from you, not cheat you. So characters, more important than chemistry, and competency is the most important factor if you're looking for results. So don't keep a lot of friends around if it's not going well. Don't be too nice in your process. I had to learn that lesson the hard way. Now, I want to talk about the talent I've hired in my organization that's not just written content. So we have designers, senior and junior. We have managers. I have an operational director, an SEO director. And for all of the high-level talent that I've had with me for a long time, every one of these hires came directly through my network. So unfortunately, I don't have a great platform to suggest other than Facebook probably. My director was a hire I made. Let me back up and tell you the story. My director was someone who sold me a website a couple of years ago. And his professionalism, communication, managerial skills, and training skills were what caught my eye. Of course, I didn't see all of them when I was just buying a website from him, but he impressed me with his professionalism and his communication enough that I hired him in a contract position for about 6 months as a trial until it became clear that he needed to be hired up and trained a bit more and then given more responsibility. And quite frankly, this is the greatest hire I've ever made. So it feels lucky, but it's just directly through your business. The other two that are coming to mind right now, although there's three or four, these were people I met through either friends or strong acquaintances that had a good recommendation. So one of them used to be the social media director for a large online publication. They get about 2 million page views per month. And he started out in a contract position too, and still is, but he's in a larger contract position now. Another one of them came to me as a writer, who's now my primary ghostwriter. And it took me a little while to recognize just how brilliant this individual was, because they were charging me below their market rate just because they liked the blog that I'd started and run for a while. And they wanted to contribute, and so they discounted their rate. And then the more we chatted, the more I realized how much this person knew and how qualified they were to become an important member of my team. And I'll move on from the question for there, but I just want to mention, if you're considering how to find talent and where to look, I would start with a model of what you want your organization to look like in 5 years, or at least 2 years. And then, if you picture an organizational chart with bubbles at the top and then leading to more boxes or squares or triangles beneath, write out every member that needs to be a part of your team in 2 to 5 years, and then write your own name and sign underneath each role, and create a role description for what that person needs to do, what they're accountable for, and write out what kind of strengths they need. And hire yourself in every position until you're ready to outsource it, and run those jobs for a while with those mentalities. Put that hat on. If you're going to hire a writer, then you need to do the writing, and you need to think about what makes you good at it. And that would be my biggest suggestion. It's not exactly what you're asking, I think, in this interview, Jeff, but it is something that's been a game changer for me. All right. Well, you can find me, Forrest Weber, at forrestweber.com. Remember, it's 2 R's and 2 B's. And you can find my agency at digitail.co, digitail.co. And what I share and what we do is built from the internal demands of the business that I've built. So I started blogging in September 2017 and had a vision to outsource all of the work from day one. And so I've built an operational machine, the digitail.co agency, to do just that. So an ideal client or someone that I could help is someone like me anywhere along that journey, because we can do A to Z. If you need to order 3 blog posts, you can do it at digitail.co. If you want to add 4 blogs to your portfolio next month, you can go order 4 blogs for your portfolio, and we'll start them from scratch. We'll build them on an expired auction domain if you want. And like I said, we can handle anything, because I have always wanted to become more and more and more removed from my business. So there you have it. If you're an investor of capital, we can work with you for an acquisition alongside planting new seedling sites. It really is turnkey and passive if you want it to be. If you're a successful blogger and you have certain skills you want to integrate into the model of what we do, we can also build packages that work well as a team and with you as the leader of keyword research or the leader of social media, whatever you'd like. We can do a la carte, or we can do the combo deals. So we work best with people who are like me, in the sense that they want to run their content sites like businesses, and if you understand the basics of a business mindset. You can also email me at hello@forrestweber.com, and I'd be glad to answer any questions you have. I hope this has been helpful. And thank you so much, Jeff, for the opportunity to interview and share a little bit about myself and what we do.